Hello friends, Kisol here. Today I would like to discuss with you a topic based on the book In the Light of Truth, The Grail Message by Abd-ru-shin. Please note that all discussions on this channel are based on this book, but the Grail Message alone is authoritative on any of these topics. Today's discussion is about some of the questions that have sometimes been asked about the Grail Message. As for example, what exactly is the Grail Message about? And is the Grail Message addressed to all human beings? Or what does the Grail Message say about religion? And what does it say about Jesus Christ? All these questions will be discussed, so please stay tuned. The first question we're going to discuss is, what exactly is the book The Grail Message about? Now, The Grail Message is a book that explains the structure of the entire creation. It explains the origin of man and the universe and the laws guiding the order. It explains our place in the universe and our relationship to our Creator. Whether there are questions of cosmology, religion, spirituality, about God, the origin of man, and his path after death, these are all explained in clear language, leaving no room for rigid dogma. God wants his humanity to know all about him and the laws that guide the whole of creation. For all those who are really keen on knowing everything there is to know about existence, they will find it in the Grail Message as long as they keep an open mind. The other question we have is whether the Grail Message is addressed to all human beings. The Grail Message is addressed to all human beings irrespective of nationality, race, creed, or religion. It is man himself who must answer for all the consequences of his thoughts, words, or actions, and therefore the freedom of the individual in making decisions for himself is emphasized. He himself has to answer to the laws of God, and as such, it is imperative that he takes the trouble to know of these laws and adjust himself accordingly. Another question that is often asked is, what does the Grail Message say about religion? The Grail Message does not promote any religion. It is addressed solely to the individual human being, and it is against any form of dogma that binds the human spirit. It explains the laws of God in creation, among other things, and the need for us to adjust ourselves to these laws, and as such, lead a happy and blameless existence. The next question is, does the Grail Message promote dogmas and tenets? The Grail Message does not have a rigidly compiled dogma. It sets human beings free of such rigidity, as it explains the laws of God and guides all human beings in the adherence to these laws, through the abilities given to them by God. Each and every one will find what exactly he needs for himself in the course of his life. The paths we all have to follow is different, depending on our abilities and outlook on life in general. As such, compiling a rigid dogma for all human beings will do more harm than good. As long as we know the laws of God and strive to do our best to understand these laws and adhere to them, then we live well. The next question is whether the Grail Message is also for non-Christians. The Grail Message is addressed to all human beings irrespective of their religion. All it asks is for the individual to read with an open and unbiased mind. He will find what he needs for himself therein, irrespective of his religious background. The individual himself is what is most important, and it is to the individual that the Grail Message speaks. A most important question is, what does the Grail Message say about Jesus Christ, the Son of God? The Grail Message affirms all the more vigorously that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. The Grail Message brings his life and mission to the fore in such a way as to strip away all the false assumptions and imputations of weakness that have been ascribed to the Son of God. The personality of Jesus and the importance of his mission shines forth ever brighter, so as to allow us to give jubilant thanks to the Almighty the Father for sending his Son to give us his living word, which brings salvation, as long as we follow the path shown in this word. Now, these are some of the common questions, and I hope that some of the inquiries have been answered. Thank you very much for listening. If you want to know more, please go to the websites spiritualknowledge.org or thegrailmessage.info or grailmessage.com. And you can also go to the Facebook page, Introduction to the Grail Message. Thank you. See you next time. Bye-bye.